Hey guys, it's LeftSideDown, and I'm going to be post-commentating my speedrun. So the main reason I pick up the homing weapon is so I can shoot down that ground gun and pick up the crush weapon. A sign of a good run is that that tower collapses sub 1 minute. So I'll have to pick up 2 of those Z weapons, they mean crush weapons, and usually they have a bad rate of fire, but and usually they're like the worst weapons, but I'm gonna use a trick that makes them the best weapons, and I'll demonstrate at the boss. So just a side note, guys, if there's a lot of stuttering and a lot of stops in the commentary, that's because I really don't feel like doing a lot of takes on this, because I usually don't like to take long on my videos. So here's the trick I was talking about the crush weapons earlier. Basically, by switching between 2 weapons, you're able to increase the rate of fire and decrease the time of attack cooldown, and this is extremely useful for killing bosses quickly and effectively. For the beginning of level 2, you're going to want to go up to the top left, destroy the first target, and then go down the same road that you're on to the end. Afterwards, you'll want to take a right, and then there's 2 targets down this road. Afterwards, you're going to want to take a left, be careful about the falling platform, destroy the final target, and then you'll be teleported to the boss in a few seconds after that. I feel like the top few bosses are where the crush weapon's most effective, because as you can see here, it takes 2 seconds, like maybe a little over 2 seconds for me to take out the spider. Like, as long as you have 2 crush weapons, you're pretty much a rodeo bull with the bosses. On to level 3. This is a mostly easy stage. There's a few hard sections, and the ending part is really hard. And as you're gonna see at the end of this level, you'll see that I'm having a really hard time towards the end. So this mini boss here is easy. You just have to go down and shoot the eye, and then also, but you have to be really careful when it starts exploding, because it's gonna start cycling really fast, and you can be like back on the ledge, but it can still pick you up and throw you back down, and that's not good with the screen auto scrolling up. So you really want to be careful at the end of that mini boss. Right here is a slow and tedious climbing section, and even though it's pretty slow and tedious, you're not gonna have a hard time. You just need to, well, wait, how do I put it? So when the legs are close to each other, you need to be at the top so that the bullets go up and you can go down. And that's just the best way to stay safe here. Besides that, it's a really easy but slow and tedious climb. The point when you fight this enemy is the hard part, because you need to be careful because its patterns are a little unpredictable. Sometimes if you're like too fast or too slow, it's not going to hit the wall, and like you kind of have to predict its move or else it is going to hit you. And you also have to remember to hold R while alternating weapons, or else you'll like slowly climb down and then you might run into the enemy. This mini boss coming up right here is seriously just a joke. All you do is stand on the left and the bottles it throws do no damage to you. And then after that you can just shoot the eye and it falls like that. Like so, that boss was a joke. Then after that you're gonna take the barrier, shoot down the missiles, take out the enemies, and then destroy the wall. You know how I said this level was easy into the end? Well, this is the hard part I was talking about. This is the acrobat section of level 3, and I was having a hard time at this section. So basically, I died like twice here, because basically what happened is that I got the screen high enough to where I would fall if that spinning thing went to the bottom, and since I wasn't high enough to spawn on top of it after I died, I kept spawning it, and I kept spawning on it, and I just got into a death cycle. So the acrobat section is really challenging. And up here is the final mini boss, and these guys are pretty hard. In fact, I'd say that they're harder than the actual boss himself, which is supposed to be like the RoboCorpse, like the Terminator or something. Well, basically, you have to kill these things fast or else they're gonna kill you. And now that you're done with that, you just go to the boss here. It's gonna open up or destroy the wall. And basically its weakness is the head. So first it's gonna have lasers that chase you. And then after that, after the fire comes, they'll despawn. And then it'll just start cycling fire at you. And this is the easy part, because since I'm playing on easy mode, because that's the kind of speedrunning I do, you can just like get a ton of hits, because the fire goes like half the speed of you. And that's the end of level 3. And level 4 is another stage where it's easy until the end, and I'll explain why. Well, that was a lot of stuff to cover on level 3. Hopefully I don't like overly commentate level 4 like I did just now. So basically, the beginning of the level, as long as you have at least one crush weapon, then you're good. If you don't have any crush weapons, then there's death written all over this section, because you need to destroy these enemies before they start throwing the explosive bottles. Except they're harder than in level 3, because in level 3 they'll just go straight down and they'll explode one part. But these ones, once they fall, since you're moving towards them, since this is an auto scroll to the right stage, it's gonna go into like a wave towards you. So you need to be careful there, and hopefully I don't have to commentate too much here, because like, I don't know, the level kind of just explains itself. So right here, you just wait for that snake thing to do its attack 3 times, and then you rush past it, and hopefully it shouldn't hit you. And right here is an enemy part, where basically there's this black alien that you're supposed to attack, that kind of the mini boss, and because it's pretty strong, it's the strongest out of all the aliens in that section, because the red ones are one-hit kill. So you gotta dodge them while you kill the black alien. And then right here, there's some kind of gun thing, and that's a pretty hard part, because you have to get close to it and then jump away fast enough so it doesn't hit you. And then right here is the alien walking stick. It's self-explanatory. You just jump and shoot and you don't die. So back when I first played Contra 3, back when I first got to level 4, this ending part was kind of confusing for me because I never understood its patterns. So if you guys see that, like, I wouldn't call it a shuriken, but whatever that blade is, basically you just see where it is on the missile, and that's where you get away from, because that's where it's gonna land on when it goes back up. And I mean, like, this is a really badass part because you're like riding a missile onto an alien ship. So basically, you might want to have the spray gun for this part. The spray gun's probably I would say that spray gun's the best one, the most effective for the alien ship. I wouldn't say it's the fastest, but it's the easiest way for me. So as long as you have the crush weapon or the spray weapon, you can easily break the shield of the alien ship, which is the stuff at the top and bottom that projects the shield. So you just do that, destroy it. So I'd say bottom part's harder because, like, you can't jump down to dodge anything. I don't know, I feel like it's just harder for some reason down there. Then after that, you just shoot from the middle. You're gonna want to go to the third missile up, because that's the one where you can easily go to without dying and get the best accuracy. And that pretty much wraps up level 4. And I mean, like, look at that explosion, it's trippy. Like, I want to die in that explosion. And that's the end of level 4. And level 5 is another top view stage, like level 2. And like last time, you want to go to the top left. The most important thing to take note on at the beginning of level 5 is to make sure that you do not fall, because as you can see there, it was pretty tight there, but after that, you just cross the bridge. Make sure you don't shoot, because if you shoot, the bridge collapses and you die. So then right here, there's another target, and these are like spinning things. So you have to hold L so that you don't spin around too fast. So it's kind of hard to control yourself here. The boss on level 5 is actually pretty easy, and it's like even easier with the crush weapon method, because this is like the fastest. This boss takes like the least amount of time to take out with the crush weapon, because like it only takes like 2 seconds. Like, you know how I said 2 seconds with the spider boss, so that was more like 4 seconds. But like when I say 2 seconds on the level 5 boss, I really don't think I'm joking. So this run probably would have been a bit better if I had the crush weapon here. And now we're nearing the end of the run. We're at the final level of stage 6. Now we're inside of the Red Falcon's lair. You want to have spray guns on this mini boss because it is a joke with them. Like, even if you only have one, the boss is just a joke with the spray gun. And right here, you need to be careful. You're gonna want to have the crush gun here to like get rid of those heads, and even then it's pretty hard. And now we are at the heart. And basically all you do is, if you have a bomb, you can use it now. If not, you just jump and shoot. So this boss right here is one that I personally hate. I would say that out of all of the bosses in the final level, this one's the worst. Not the hardest, not the easiest, I just don't like it. Because you have to get up close to him to get any good attacks. And plus there's these things falling down, so if you stay close, then it's going to be hard to get away from those things that fall. And right here we have the dragon mini boss. So honestly, I don't know why, but like they made the first form harder than the second form for the dragon. But basically, as long as you have a bomb, the first form shouldn't take too long. And the second form is like way easier, but it takes a while. And plus, it has a tiny hitbox now because now you can only shoot the head. So this is pretty useful if you have the crush gun. Right here, you're going to want to pick up the flamethrower because it's the easiest way to destroy the right head of the red falcon. So you really don't have to pay too much attention to the left head, you just have to dodge it. I mean, if you want to destroy, you can do that, but that's a little bit more time consuming. And you don't need to do it because the only thing you need to do is destroy the central head by getting rid of the two eyes. And now we're at the final boss, the Red Falcon's brain. So I only have one life left, so I have to play it safe with blue legs. You really can't get the most hits with using the blue legs, but it's the least risky out of all four things that you can get for easy mode. I think for normal mode you get like 7 things to choose from, and on hard it's like 10. So on easy mode you get the 4 easiest, which is the black surrounding, the blue legs, the armor that you can easily destroy with the bomb or flamethrower, and I know there's another one. What's the other one called? The eyes. So yeah, that's where it has giant eye and it shoots out these eyes. I don't know. I actually should have done that on the run because it's more risky, but if I did it, I'd be able to get some lives back, because if you destroy enough of them, you get a life back. So hopefully next time this is a little bit more planned out and scripted, but I really didn't think that I was gonna do any post commentary. That was the last thing, and yeah, I'm just teabagging it just because I felt like it. So basically, once I submit this run, it's gonna be 21st place for the leaderboards on speedrun.com/contra3 in the any % easy section. So like right now, I have my time at like 24 minutes because I didn't do anything. But basically, once I submit it and it gets verified, it's gonna be set to 18 minutes and 50 seconds. Okay, one last thing before I sign off. Yeah, I'm kind of sorry that's just unscripted. And if you guys like the new post commentary that I'm doing on speedruns, then you can tell me if I should do it next time, if I should do it scripted or unscripted. And basically just subscribe to my channel because I have more videos than just Contra. So if you weren't really too interested in this, I have some other videos also, like about Mega Man and other games, stuff that aren't games. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying now. Just subscribe.